The international relations degree is an established program that's well recognised by governments and employers, and it's also one that's focused on policy and on the real world. It's the study of contemporary events. It's an ever-changing landscape, so whether it's interventions in Libya, whether it's the rise of China, looming conflict between America and the emerging powers, how to make sense of India, Brazil, South Africa, sort of emerging new non-Western powers, as well as obvious stuff like the global financial crisis. These are big world-shaping events that are difficult to make sense of, and the study of international relations will allow you to come to terms with them and understand them, explain them, and be able to make sense of them. It's an intersection of a range of different disciplines, so that at any one moment you've got a little bit of economics, a little bit of political science, a little bit of defence and military, a little bit of philosophy, and it really sits at the intersection of those events. And obviously, it's about big events that matter, and so there's a kind of immediate interest and appeal. It's a structured degree that's very targeted at analysing a particular part of political science, looking at international politics. As a result of that specialisation, you become, not only do you get a much more detailed and systematic and thorough knowledge of a particular area, it's also one that's much more focused on career outcomes and a vocation. One of the things about the degree is that it does attract high-achieving students from across Victoria and actually interstate. We get quite a few students coming from Western Australia, from South Australia and from Tasmania, and what that produces is a really strong student body. We've got great staff, but also a nice mix of experienced, established, famous scholars. Dennis Altman is very, very heavily involved in the international HIV movement. Professor Joseph Camilleri has spent a lot of time influencing government policy. I'm involved in a range of defence and foreign policy discussions in Australia and abroad. Michael O'Keefe has been actively involved in lecturing with the Defence College. We've been very fortunate to be able to recruit some of the best young IR scholars in Australia. Almost a third, and it's a rising percentage of our students take a semester or more of their degree abroad. We have established links with about 25 universities around the world on every continent except Africa. Graduates go and work in government, work in various departments of federal and state government, Department of Defence, Department of Foreign Affairs, Immigration Department of like, as well as at the state level. We also have a lot of graduates who go and work in the private sector. Having a degree that students really seek and for which there's a lot of demand is something that has really tangible benefits for whilst you're here, and also what goes on in the labour market when you leave. What we want with our graduates is not to leave feeling like they know all the answers, but know how to ask the right questions.